Thank you, Scott. Hi, everyone. Canada's best bet for a medal could indeed be the men's 4x200 freestyle relay in Beijing. And it really begins the challenge for the Canadians tonight in an individual event, the 200 freestyle.
Well, that's simply because you have to figure out a way to name your four swimmers. The four swimmers that were on that team in 2004, they're all in the final. Brett Hayden's in the final. He's a Canadian record holder. A lot can happen, but when you've got an event where at least 4 spots are already guaranteed to Beijing, it's going to be very exciting to watch that race.
Brent Hayden is the co-defending world champion in the 100 freestyle, but he is swimming tonight. He's the target.
And certainly, he was not the fastest qualifier. Colin Russell, surprisingly, is the fastest qualifier. So anything's going to happen when you've got such a volatile event. It should be exciting to watch it.
And the first ever winner of the men's 200-meter freestyle was Fred Lane. That's not Fred, that's Brent Hayden. The Aussie swam with the current in the River Seine in 1900, and there's no truth to the rumor that Byron McDonald competed in that event. Rick Say, who's qualified for the final in Montreal, finished 6th and 7th in the last 2 Olympics, and Rick Say will have lane 8 in this one. Brent Hayden is the Canadian record holder with a time of 1:46.85, and Hayden will have lane 6. The world record is a very rich 1:43.86, held by the one and only Michael Phelps, and this will be one of 7 he hopes to win in Beijing.
Well, it's an 8-man field. This is a 10-lane pool. They don't swim in lane 1 or 10, so actually the first lane that we'll see is lane number 2 at the top. There he is, big 6'6" Adam Suey, originally out of Trenton, Ontario, now training in Calgary, 25 years of age. He won a bronze medal in the 200-meter freestyle last year at the Pan Ams. Training teammate Chad Hankowicz, training in Calgary from Saskatoon. He's got 3 brothers, all national-level swimmers. Andrew Hurd going for his 3rd Olympic Games. He was the youngest man on the year 2000 Olympics. However, he missed in his favorite event, the 400-meter freestyle yesterday. We'll see if he can rise on this challenge. He was on that relay 4 years ago. Here's the surprise fastest qualifier, Colin Russell. He comes from a swimming family. His mom and his uncle were national medalists, but there is a bit of controversy around his father. Brett Hayden, there's the man of the hour. He's got a tattoo under that suit that's a Superman tattoo, stands for Soup. It's one of his nicknames. Comes from a small town east of Vancouver, now training at UBC. Here's his training teammate, Brian Johns, originally from Richmond, just outside Vancouver, now training at the National Center with Coach Tom Johnson in Vancouver. There's Rick Say, the de facto leader of the 4x200 relay 4 years ago that was very upset they didn't get to the podium. It's up to him to motivate them again. You can see that Olympic tattoo on his right bicep. Rounding out the field, a bit of a surprise, Tobias Orwell, 22 years of age, originally from Montreal, moved to Toronto, now back in Montreal here at the National Center. He's much more known for his backstroke and his individual medley, but he snuck into the final in this race. There are your favorites. Lane 5 is Russell, lane 6 is Hayden, lane 7 is Johns. Over in lane 4, 3 from the top, Andrew Hurd. 6 out of these 8 guys were at the trials 4 years ago in the final as well. They know each other well.
Colin Russell had the best time in the heats, 1:47.51. A good clean start for the men in the 200-meter freestyle. Hurd in 4, Colin Russell in 5, Brent Hayden in 6, Brian Johns in 7.
What should probably happen here is that Hayden has the most speed of all these swimmers. He should go out fast. Russell might go with him. Brian Johns is a bit of a wild card. You never know if he's going to go out fast or not. And Andrew Hurd has got a challenge. Rick Say down at the bottom, 2nd from the bottom. If he's in the race, he's got a big heart. He should be able to come home with the field.
And it is Russell first off the wall as they come back up the pool. It is Russell swimming alongside the co-defending world champion at the 100-meter freestyle distance, Brent Hayden. Russell and Hayden, 1-2 right now.
Well, they're trying to separate themselves from the field so the others don't think they have a chance to get 1st or 2nd. Of course, there are 2 spots open to swim this individual event at the Olympics. However, the others are vying for 3rd and 4th to get to the Olympic Games on that relay.
Very even off the wall. Russell with a slight edge on Brent Hayden. Less than 100 meters to go.
And Colin Russell had major shoulder surgery about 14 months ago. He had to rehab, as did Brian Johns, 2 lanes down from Russell. That early leader that you can see, Brian Johns just 2 lanes down from the leader. He also missed an entire year of swimming in 2005, but these guys are back on top. Look at the top, lane number 1, way at the top. Lane number 2, Suey, is still in the race.
Off the wall, less than 50 meters to go now in the men's 200-meter freestyle. It is Colin Russell with a lead on Brent Hayden.
And it's going to be Hayden trying to find that extra kick at the finish. Can Adam Suey way up at the top hang on to get a berth on this team? Lots of swimmers going to the wall. Looks like Andrew Hurd is in third spot at this point to try to get that berth to China.
It is still Colin Russell with 5 meters to go. Russell in front of Hayden at the wall. It is Colin Russell, and Russell's time, 1:46. A good swim from Colin Russell. Brent Hayden is third, and Andrew Hurd make that Hurd third, Hayden second.
Quite an upset. 4 years ago, Colin Russell qualified first at the trials as a 19-year-old. He faded to sixth in the final. He was too young and inexperienced. This time he qualified first, and now he's been able to repeat and come back and duplicate that first place preliminary effort with a first place effort here. He'll be going to Beijing. He'll get to swim this event at the Olympic Games. Almost a new Canadian record for Colin Russell as he comes off the wall. Very strong. Hayden trying to catch him right here. Couldn't quite get back to him at the finish of the wall, but those two, 1-2, very world-class times. They'll be swimming the individual event. However, more importantly for the other swimmers in the race, Steve, you've got two more guys that are going to the Olympic Games and an alternate for Canada.